Good morning, people. How are we doing out there? I want to talk to you about the St. George's flag, authority and sovereignty, okay? And what came up for me recently and was shown to me was the Knights of Templar, okay? The white mantle with the red cross, all right? And they were there to protect the feminine, of Earth, of Sophia. And what was really interesting is that we're seeing the St. George's flags being flown across Britain, basically, or England, should we say. And because everyone's in this like patriarchy, you know, our authenticity, our sovereignty, they're holding a flag up for that and behind that. And what this is showing me is that actually this is where the distortion is. This is where the lies have been written. Because did you know St. George, the George's flag, the cross, was actually a Roman? It wasn't British. So where does our sovereignty come from? Where is our perspective of sovereignty? And what we're seeing is that people are claiming sovereignty to the land that they're born to, right? And we're even holding it with a flag that actually isn't born from our UK, from Britain. So it goes much deeper than that. The Knights of Templar, they would have held that, like I say, in terms of protection and honouring of the feminine, and were basically very wealthy and were probably in huge conflict with the church, the Catholic Church, right? And actually it was the Catholic Church that got rid of them, okay? So I wanted to just share, and this is mulling through, is that actually what are you attaching your sovereignty to? Because your sovereignty is not where you're born, it's your soul, it's who you are. It's about your power. It's about your choices. Your choice is your power. Your voice is your power. This is about conscious choice of why you do, think, feel a certain way. And it boils down to, is it of love? Is it of unity? Is it coming from a place of unconditional love? Or is it coming from a place of fear, of scarcity and separation, which is what our media is very good at feeding and pushing, those survival notches that triggering the bear within your nervous system. And you'll be triggered and you won't even be able to be conscious of why. Okay, you're just slipping into this very ingrained pattern that comes through our blood, comes from our bones, we are inherited. It's been a very deep, thousands of years of conditioning. It's coming up. And so the St. George's flag is representing to me the distortion of truth, okay? The distortion of power, the distortion of sovereignty, and where you put, or sovereignty, where do you put self-authority? Do you give it to others, or do you claim it for yourself, okay? And this is all about responsibility. You need to take responsibility of your thoughts and actions and be curious. Now, when I say be responsible, it's not about, oh, I'm going to take this shame and make myself really, really shit about this. This isn't about that. It's about honouring what you are doing and become then curious as to why, okay? And then you can ask the question, is this coming from a place of unconditional love, which is my truth? Love, joy and peace. That's who we really, truly, truly are, which I know will feel like that's not real. No, what isn't real is fear and separation. Okay, the divine white light, the spark that's in ourselves, this photon light that science is coming closer and closer to showing, is that there's this consciousness within ourselves that is what has created us. It was when we're in the womb, there was a conscious intelligence that created us. We didn't create it. It's within our womb, but the intelligence is held in there. We haven't gone, right, okay, do the left arm, do the right arm. We have been completely disconnected from that. We aren't part of that. As a woman, we're holding that and allowing that to happen. But we aren't involved with it, apart from looking after ourselves and being healthy and emotionally supported and less stressed. So I've diverted slightly here, but our truth is love, joy, and peace. Everything else is the distortion. And coming back to the Red Cross, this is what everyone's waving around as like it's some form of sovereignty. It really isn't, okay? Your sovereignty is you, your choices that you do. If you're going to act in hate and separation and fear, you're not living to your sovereignty. You're living to a puppeteered system that is keeping you under control and manipulation, okay? That isn't sovereignty. Sovereignty is your soul, it's your power and conscious choice. So sit with that. See how that feels. Lots of love.